What's up, guys? It's Crash, and I got some information on top of the free playtest for World War III that I think you guys are going to find really interesting. I know I do. As you know, World War III is a game that we've been watching around on this channel. We've been following it, and we're really hoping, we're rooting for it, that it can be a game that fills the hole left in our hearts by Battlefield 2042. And I've always said this game has a ton of potential, and looks like they're working on some of the things that I was hoping. And we'll get into a little bit of information here later, but just real quick, February 3rd through 7th is a free online playtest. They're stress testing the servers, so the more the merrier. You guys can get it on Steam for PC, or you can go to my.games and also get it. It's only for the PC platform, sadly, but those are the two places you can get access to the free weekend, a little longer than a weekend. And then also there's going to be more of these. And then they said if you want to continue playing up until the March free-to-play release, you can buy one of the closed beta packs, and your progress from this weekend will carry over to this closed beta period, but then stats are going to reset when we launch in March. So on top of that information that's kind of public and more widely known, shout out to Woodverine, a community member over on Discord. So Farm51 tweeted a business meeting between the creative director and a lot of the supervisors of the studio about next steps and what's moving forward, and it happened to be in Polish. Well, Woodverine's friend translated some of that for us. He put it in my Discord, and I'm super appreciative for that. So let's go over some really exciting details that's upcoming for World War III. Some of this information is really cool, so let's just get right into it. The stress test, so this one is minimal advertising. They're just kind of tweeting it out. That's it. This is like the first steps. They're gradually testing their infrastructure, which I think is awesome. Unlike the Battlefield beta where everybody jumped in and crashed it, this one is not going to be advertised. If this goes well, they're going to move to the next phase with more advertising. He said there's going to be one or two more where they're going to put some money into marketing and really see how many people they can get to stress test that. So I think that's a really smart way to move forward. It looks like, so we're going to talk about audio, and then also along the lines of these playtests, it's going to run on old audio, the one that's in there now. Talking about audio in the future, audio is being remodeled and should be ready for release, which is in March. To talk about that a little bit later, but audio is one of the big negatives of the game right now, where it needs work. Like I said, customization, gunplay is all really good. The maps are designed pretty well. There needs to be more of them, but audio was just one of those things that was kind of glaring to me, and I'm really excited that they're taking a look at it and working on it, because with good audio and more maps, this game is going to be great. With matchmaking, there's been some matchmaking problems. Those of you in the closed beta have known this. He says this problem has been solved, so in a future update that should be fixed. There is going to be a roadmap, but that's not coming out until after release in March, so they're focusing on getting this game out the door for March. There is a roadmap that they are working on, and so far as things are going now, he says they don't foresee any problems and still maintains the March 2022 launch for the open beta, where it's free to play for everyone. Modes and maps, he says both new modes and maps are being prepared, and no comments on leaks. There are a few shots in some of the trailers where we can see possibly new maps and modes have been talked about in leaks and stuff. He's not commenting on that right now, but is saying we are getting new modes and maps, which I think is really cool. There's some other really cool information down here too. He says at the moment game support is planned for at least 5 years, so as long as, I'm assuming they sell enough copies and there's enough players, they plan on supporting this game for quite a while. 5 years, that sounds really good. They work on the content that will appear after the release that's been going on for over a year, so the content that they've been that's coming out after release has already been worked on for over a year. And then they are also working on an esports mode, and he said we're planning for the future. Preparations for that are happening. When asked about esports, mentions a dedicated mode that esports requires. So man, if you give me a game mode like this with like a search and destroy type game mode with all these weapon customizations and soldier customizations, man, that could be so much fun. You could go in and play all out warfare with like the conquest type game mode. And then if you want to sweat it out with your buddies and play some more strategic tactical gameplay, you can hit up the search and destroy mode. That's what I'm hoping for. Then the open beta will get a big patch. The amount of content we have by now is not public, so they aren't telling you how much content is coming at launch quite yet or after launch, so that's coming. But marketing activities will intensify in the lead up to the premiere in March. Like I said, it's slowly going to ramp up for these playtests and then the big release of the open beta in March. So anyway, guys, that's what I had. Some super cool insider quote unquote information for World War 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think I'm going to go ahead and stream this game maybe tonight or over the weekend a little bit, either on Twitch or on YouTube. Not sure. Twitch.tv/Crash8. This gets me kind of excited and wanting to hop back in and play just a little bit more of this game, because it is a lot of fun. And like I said, with audio and new maps, we're going to have a pretty fun game, in my opinion. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.